Whenever you're ready. When you were starting out this morning, did you have a sort of set route already planned?
Yes, but then there was the construction, right? So I kind of had to deviate from that.
Okay.
But, yeah. I forgot there was snow on the ground that day.
Yeah.
Makes it look hardcore.
Yeah. What is that? Does that change your approach to your ride when you can see snow on the ground like that?
No, but I would never ride it if it was snowing.
Yeah. Can you tell me about your approach to stop signs?
For not to stop if I don't have to, I guess.
Yeah. What is it about stopping that you're trying to avoid? Why is it that you try to avoid it?
I think it's just the energy, like to get powered up again. Plus, it's part of the challenge too, I think, is to be able to ride without stopping.
Yeah.
This light's quite new, which is handy to have because 16's quite pretty busy.
Mm-hmm. And I noticed you're actually checking side to side there,
right?
Because you're checking to see if you have a way to squeak through.
Probably,
right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll always keep the light if I can. I think you learn the route and you learn where the potential danger points are. And that's what you're always watching for, and then I think it's when something happens outside of those spots that you're already planning ahead for.
Yeah.
That's when it really catches you off guard.
You're anticipating certain, intersections or certain parts of it?
Definitely.
All right. Does that require a lot of courage to do?
Yeah, I think other people would say it does.
Yeah.
I don't think it really does, but I feel pretty confident that I can protect myself. Yeah, I forgot about that woman cutting through the traffic circle until I watched the video.
Yeah. So what do you think about when you encounter, other cyclists who, obviously are dressed quite a bit differently than you are?
Oh, just all the power to them.
Yeah.
That they're out there. As long as they don't get in my way. The ones I don't have respect for are the ones with little motors on their back.
Oh, yeah.
So, just, I think you gotta earn your hills. So
Yeah.
to me, it's cheating.
Yeah, and actually, it was on 12th that a couple of weeks ago there was that cyclist that was hit and killed.
Killed, yeah.
When you hear about stories like that, how do you sort of put that into perspective from, as a cyclist yourself, someone who cycles in the city, who crosses the same avenue?
Yeah, I guess it makes you think again about safety, but I kind of, being a market researcher, I know that chances are something's going to happen to me. I mean, I've been really fortunate so far. I've been pretty careful, but, odds are that I'm going to end up on the wrong side of somebody's door or something at one point, so
Yeah.
I guess that's just something you accept. But again, I think that's part of the challenge, right? Just getting there in one piece and managing to avoid calamity.
Hmm.
Seems to be construction everywhere today.
Yes, I think that was where I was going to go over to Yukon, but there was construction there too. So
So this was the last second change of route here?
yeah.
So when you're approaching a set of lights like that, can you sort of walk me through what your approach is?
Yeah, I guess I'd be looking at the light going the other direction to see if it's changed.
Yeah. Again, to try to
Not stop.
avoid stopping.
Yeah. So I think there is that, definitely that sense of freedom that you're in control of your own. I know when I commute a lot, during the summer, and then when I get back in my car, it irritates me that I have to stop at lights, and that I feel way more constrained.
Yeah. And this is a pretty good little hill here. What's it like cruising down the hill?
Yeah,
Going-
it's always fun.
Yeah.
I know I'll have to go up it at the end of the day, so it's, I guess I should enjoy it at this point.
Yeah.
And this is one of the only times I signal too.
Yeah, why do you signal for some turns and not for others?
I must have known there was a car behind me,
Yeah.
so yeah, signal in that case, but if there's no one behind me, I don't bother.
Yeah. It's only in situations where
Yeah,
someone else needs to know where you're going.
Yeah. Yeah, this bridge is a bit dodgy that way, and you get the bikes and the runners and the walkers, and everyone's kind of all over the place. It's not very well delineated, even though it's a wide sidewalk.
Yeah. So how do you sort of approach your need to interact with the other people who are using the bridge?
I'll say on your left or whatever if I need to, but for the most part, people are pretty respectful.
Yeah.
But everyone loves to hate cyclists, right? So I'm not going to yell at them for being on the wrong side.
And I noticed from your camera perspective here, you're kind of looking around quite a bit. You know, looking at the off to the right.
Right, yeah, I think I was more interested in the views on that day because it was a nice day. When I used to ride the Burrard Street, when I get onto Thurlow, I'd pick the last car in the intersection and see if I could beat them across the bridge.
You were playing a game with them.
Kind of, can I prove to them that I can get across faster than, basically they're wasting their time.
Yeah.
This is why I hate this, because you have to slow down.
Yeah.
Just in my mind, it's poorly designed. Because again, you've got like multiple uses. And to have to like gear down to go back up this again. It's like,
Yeah.
why couldn't they just build something that went straight across? But
Yeah. What's this like here as you're sort of...
yeah, this intersection doesn't work very well. Like, you notice I was looking on which side I would go down, because you have to watch the traffic coming
Yeah.
from the right. I think I was going to run this one, right? But then there's actually people coming, so it wasn't an option.
So are you really just seeing lights and stop signs as,
Preventive.
stop if it's
Yeah,
unsafe?
you have to.
Yeah.
I know it's not a good attitude, but I think it's pretty typical of cyclists. That, and I know that's what irks drivers, right? Is they have
Yeah.
to stop, and
Yeah.
we can selectively. So yeah, I use the signals here because this is
Yeah.
kind of tough. Because cars can go straight.
Yeah.
And this guy passes me. I think, I'm sure other people have told you too, right? You get passed, and it's like, immediately size them up and go, okay, I'll just let you go. He's too fast. Then I get my revenge on this one.
Yeah.
He's very slow.
Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, I guess you just don't like to be passed, right? So,
Do you feel like you're sort of competing in a way with the other cyclists on the road?
yeah, I guess a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, just keeps it interesting too, right?
Yeah. Kind of like a little unspoken game.
Yes. Yeah, so this is my nemesis intersection. It says no right turn,
Okay.
right? because that's I think the problem with this bike lane is that some of them say, you know, you have to yield to cyclists. There's only 2 that they can't turn at all. So I think people sort of selectively look at the signs. But yeah, I've actually because there's another sign hanging down here. I've stopped and made a point of pointing it out to people, you can't turn here, and they just ignore you. Guess maybe it makes me feel better.
How do they react when you do that?
Yeah, people are usually oh, you know, they nod, but then they don't. They just do it anyway.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess it makes you feel like you're taking back a little of the power or whatever, even though I don't think it's ever changed anyone's behavior. But yeah, you just gotta look out for your fellow cyclist.
Yeah. Do you have some sense of yourself as a cycle commuter? Do you ever think about, you know, how, you know, is cycle commuting part of your identity?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
People will throw barbs at me for, you know, them stupid bike lanes or whatever, you know, and I'm obviously the target. So I'm fine with that. I'm fine to be the advocate for alternative transportation.
So you're getting close to work now.
Yeah.
Are you starting to, you thinking, oh, my ride's almost over, or?
Yeah, I guess I'd like actually the last few blocks, so I'm usually kind of looking forward to that part, I guess.
What do you like about them?
I don't know. It's all the buses, and it's complete mayhem usually, so it's kind of an added challenge to dodge your way through it.
Yeah.
You just, you feel that sense of power that you can kind of get through it, right? Where normally the traffic's all backed up and there's buses. If I can prove to people that I can get somewhere faster, then yeah, there's a sense of satisfaction in that.
What would you say that cycle commuting does for you?
It's stress relief, definitely. It's just that fact that I can kind of work out my day as I'm riding in, and that I get some exercise and I can pass people. I think it helps me deal with the stresses of work.
Right.
So I'd say that's the number one.
Stress relief.
Yeah.